everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Let's do an unboxing. This is a very special gift from a very special person, also for my birthday. It came a bit after the birthday because, well, hunting this down wasn't easy, decision making isn't easy, and also, quite frankly, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it, and then you'll see. Camellias, 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 camellias. We love our camellias, but let's take them off for now. Let's do, where should I put it? Here. These are fingerprint magnets, these boxes. But they're rubberized kind of, so you could clean them quite easily. They sometimes now place this into the boxes, the Bijou Fantasie. Okay, and it tells you how to take care of your goods. Now, before we show what it is, let's just read this quickly, shall we? Because a lot of people don't read into this. Let's see what Chanel is telling us to do. Be warned, I've read this 1,000 times already. They mostly talk about their glass pearls. But anyway, thank you for purchasing a piece of Chanel costume jewelry. This piece has been crafted in the finest jewelry making tradition. It displays a meticulous attention to detail that is the hallmark of Chanel creativity and expertise. The quality of your piece is of the utmost concern to us. This is a luxury product and should be handled with care. We recommend that you take certain precautions in wearing and caring for the piece in order to maintain it in pristine condition for as long as possible. Wearing your jewelry. Over time, air, moisture, and the acidity of the skin may damage the shine on your piece or cause wear to the metal finish or to the coloring and luster of the costume jewelry pearls. Please follow the guidelines below to preserve your jewelry in optimal condition. Avoid contact with water. Avoid exposure to high temperatures. Remove jewelry when exercising to protect it from knocks or scratches. Remove jewelry when handling corrosive products. Apply perfume and makeup before putting on jewelry. Certain chemicals found in cosmetic products may discolor or damage jewelry. Storing your jewelry. Jewelry pieces may scratch upon contact with one another. We strongly recommend that you store and transport jewelry pieces individually in the pouch provided. Caring for your jewelry. To preserve the shine on your jewelry, rub regularly with a soft cloth. Do not clean with water, soap, detergent, or any other chemical product or solution, as these could damage the metal finish or discolor the piece. Over time, the thread in strings of pearls may loosen, which increases the risk of breakage. Should this occur, you may need to have your pearls rethreaded. If you have any queries, or require any further information on jewelry care, please contact your nearest Chanel boutique. If you need information, but they do not tell you, well, if your pearls come unthreaded or undone, just bring them back to us and we'll fix them for you. They kind of try to avoid that in this particular text, which is fine. But what did I get? No pearls. But I got something mythological, something I am obsessed with, something that has to do, oh gosh, with ancient history. And yet, it's the past made in the present. This is a Scarab Brooch with poured glass, enamel, and gold coated. I'm not so sure, could be 18 karat coating. This is the back. Here we have our little, hard to see, but made in France is there. Our little tag, if you will. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's really hard. It's super tiny. So what we have here, this is the Metiers collection, Paris /New York /Egypt /Med /graffiti slash everything, basically. Karl Lagerfeld Swan Song. So, oh, it's so tiny. Wait, let me just take it off camera for a second. 19A. Okay, so it is from, so basically Metiers d'Art is considered a pre-fall-winter 19 collection. So it does have the 19A stamp within it. It also says Chanel, and it says, it gives us the land where it was produced. This one was made in France. And that would be the brooch. It is the biggest of the two. There are two made. This should be Goossens, but I'm not so sure, quite frankly, because Chanel has been making poured glass and enamel with metal, even without Goossens, but as of this particular Metiers d'Art collection, they do state that after many, many years, they return to collaborate with Goossens. And in particular, they show the completely golden scarab brooch, as well as cuff, clip-on earrings, and necklaces made by Goossens. So I'm not so sure if they also made this particular piece. Could be because the technique of hammering that they usually use, which is very visible here, is kind of typical to them. The fact that the back is so hollow is to also allow light to transpire through the brooch so that you could see the color. You can see when I move my hand. They want these particular poured glass bits, which are quite thick and bubbly, to shine through, especially the head of the scarab and this really deep, deep blue tone, almost like an ocean. It's quite substantial and heavy. The big brooch, which is this one, has also been used in its design to create this season's Chanel clutch or bag. So let's put it there for a second so you could see the similarities. There you have it. Then there's also a smaller version of this brooch with slightly different colors. The brooch would be, let's say, one head of a scarab smaller, so it would be this big altogether, like from here to there. You could see it also impressed here for a second. And then we have the golden scarab brooches. Let's check out the two sizes that are also available. The bigger one and the smaller one. There you have that as well. I'm still hunting down a couple of pieces from this collection. They're not so easy to get for some reason. Not that they sell out quickly, but for some strange reason, a lot of boutiques have ordered one or none of most of them. I don't know why. I guess they thought they're not going to sell. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know the reason. I think they're really cool. Will or will not the crystal bits, which is the only detail I'm not so particularly fond of in general on all sorts of costume jewelry, but well, will they withstand the test of time? Will they fall off? Is the glue that was used, was it good enough? We will see. Only time will tell. It does seem like they were placed in there very well, but you never know. With crystals, it's always tricky. In particular, I know that this is a different, separate production than Chanel earrings. You know, a lot of people like to buy the little tiny double C earrings full of crystals, and the crystals just pop off really easily. It's a different scenario for these. You know, the little tiny double C earrings are produced en masse. They are produced really in huge quantities, and I do not believe that quality control on those pieces is as good as these particular seasonal pieces, which are made in very, very small quantities compared to all the rest of the collection, in particular compared to the carryover pieces, which the tiny double C Chanel earrings are. The classic ones, you know, in silver or gold, mostly silver with crystals. Those are carryover pieces, so they just keep producing them over and over and over again. So I do believe that this particular type of adding the crystals to the brooch is a technique that was, you know, I mean, it seems more sturdy than it would be on earrings. also, the size of these crystals is quite substantial. They're pretty big. And actually, the bigger they get and the more impressed I am with them. Hence, for those of you who don't know, from a couple of seasons ago, the round, futuristic, ancient Byzantine, as if it were from the future, but from the past, Byzantine brooch with enormous crystals. Like literally one crystal was almost the size of the brooch. So when they are that big, of course, then they transcend the whole topic of tiny crystals and they enter a totally new realm of aesthetics, which I, of course, like much more. But this is good for me in terms of shape because they are square. Then you got the little tiny round ones there. Oh, hard to see. These are rounded. There's 3 round ones. Then you got rectangular, 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 square, a bunch of squares. I think it's 7 of them. Then we got round, rectangular, rectangular, round, rectangular, rectangular. Numbers, numbers, numbers. Who knows what they mean? The brooch fits very well with the gold game going on the Metiers fanny bag. Also in combination with the champagne gold of the limited edition rectangular mini 255. Loving this bag more and more. Since we're coming really close to Chanel's birthday, Chanel number 19 is playing a more and more important role in my life. And the gray and gold hues of Chanel number 19 also match the Scarab very well. It's climbing the pure perfume. This could be an interesting bottle closure. This is the 15 milliliter spray. These are not in production anymore. This one is vintage. How would it look? Because they have made, Chanel has made a couple of bags this season with this particular Scarab as closure on the bags. But they didn't do a 255 with this. I don't want to scratch the hardware. A bit tacky, but in a good way. They have made the kind of Egyptian themed clutches and pochettes with the Scarab. I could insert it quickly there so you can see that image as well. Just the back of it has a different type of closure. Obviously, it's not a brooch. So they went really full on with this particular design of the Scarab, even though they made many different Scarabs this season. But this one was the preferred one. This is the one that's going to go down into Chanel history one day. 20 years from now, mark my words, you will be seeing it again in 25 years. For who knows that reference, kudos. For who doesn't, look it up. Who knows what these numbers mean? We'll find out soon enough. For now, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think about the brooch in the comment section down below. I'm coming to you soon with more delightful unboxings. Comments in the comment section down below. I already said that. I'll repeat it again. And don't forget to thumb up this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Super Dacob all spelled together, as well as Super Dacob all spelled together on Patreon. And thank you so much to all my patrons who have already pledged. For now, I say keep an eye out for strange things happening. And never give up on love. Bye.
Destiny is comprised of the choices you make while fate is woven in your reactions to events and circumstances. There can be magic for you in looking beyond the ordinary and traditional, and unlocking the magic that is within, just waiting to be set free. This is a quest of freedom, of your spirit self. Thus far on your life's journey, you know in your heart that you have been holding back, and that you have something very special to share with the world. These are your special